Well, Brian, Spontaneous Creations here. Finally got warm enough to where I could resin my table that I did months ago. Did it at the beginning of winter and realized it's too cold to resin down here. So I did my first coat of resin. Looks pretty good. Although there is a couple little spots, air bubble spots. Just little tiny spots that it happens. And then I got this corner here. I don't think you guys can see it on camera, but this is an old table and there was a little bit of a warp here. I sanded it a bit before I painted, and excuse me. Anyway, what my video today is fixing these little blemishes before I do my second coat. What I got is some sandpaper. This is rubberback sandpaper. This is 220 grit. I wouldn't use any other grit on resin than that. And all you got to do is find the spot you want to, where you have an imperfection, and sand it a bit. Just throw a little sanding on there. There's another spot there. I don't know if you can see the spots now, but that one came out pretty good. These ones were a little bit worse, but I think those were bubbles that popped. That one hadn't popped. I think it was just raised there. Babble. And you just find those imperfections, those air bubbles that you didn't catch. And you don't want to just go crazy on it. You wouldn't want to use a power sander or anything. But just a little bit of, just take the top layer of it off. Bit of a dip there. There isn't really a lot of them in this. And they're not bad at all, really. I know lots of people ask questions on the Facebook groups about how do I fix it? What do I do? And everybody says use sandpaper, and everybody says, oh no! Isn't it going to ruin it? You're going to see all those scratch marks? No, you're not. And some of them are harder to see just because of the angle that you're at. But I'm going to tackle this edge. Now it's really thin there, so I don't want to do a lot here. But it's an old table. It was sitting in my living room for a long time. And I decided I wanted to paint on it. It actually has I have a second table that I poured on about 2 years ago. A little spot there. And it looks good. It doesn't look this good though. It wasn't nearly as nice of a painting on it. But you can see I'm not going crazy sanding. But I am going to do the whole thing. So I'm only going to do it slightly across the whole surface. I don't know if it's necessary, but now I'm getting all clumsy with the sandpaper. I mean, I wouldn't even use a sanding block or anything to it. And it doesn't matter which direction you end up going because it's going to all cover. And you can do circles. I know there's people out there saying, oh no, you just ruined that. You'll see. And doing the whole surface, you'll find the dots too. Just couldn't see them. Not doing these edges real much at all. So again, you just do your sanding until you're satisfied with it. There's a spot right there not satisfied with. And yes, you could do too much, I suppose. Alright. It's enough sanding though for it. Then use isopropyl alcohol. I should have gotten a towel first. Before I started this. T-shirt material. Much ISO on it. And wipe it. You can even do that. Just want to get all that dust off there. Best you can. It looks a bit foggy now, but inside it'll be fine. So these two spots here and that there filled up with dust. What I'm gonna do, take a little needle and see what I can. Yeah, see, it's just full of dust. Okay, they're not being nice, not being cooperative at all. So I'm going to get crazy on it there. It's okay. As long as I don't get down to the painting itself, it'll be alright. Those are pretty good sized holes though. There were air bubbles that popped. As it was drying. Some plain water. That'll be fine. I'm the only one that's ever going to see that spot. Or this one. Spray it down with the soap and water again. I don't know how much of this I will speed up, but some of it. So that got a lot of soap. You can see the soap. It's alright. Bit of dust in there. Sanding dust. Okay, so I think I'm ready for my second coat of varnish. I mean resin. But I'm not going to make you guys watch me mix resin again and such. I will be back. So what I got is Stone Coat Art Resin, Stone Coat Countertop Art Resin, A&B Resin and Epoxy, equal parts. I did 5 ounces of each, so I got 10 ounces of resin here. Should be a nice thick coat of second coat of resin on here. I did 12 ounces on that first coat. You just mix it up for 3 minutes and then you're good to go. You're never going to mix all the bubbles out of it, but if you warm your resin up a little bit, like in a hot water bath, makes it easier. I didn't warm this up quite enough. So I'm just going to pour it on. Make sure to pour some right on that spot, just because that's where I'm going to do a bead. Along the edge, like so. I'm going to take that and roll it. Just because I want to make sure it rolls off. Rolls over that edge. And I use my hands. This is the easiest way to spread resin. You don't need a tool. You can feel where the resin is and where the resin isn't. It just works better. I've tried different tools, spreading devices. Doesn't work as good as your fingers. None of them. And no, I don't use a ventilator or anything with mask or nothing. It doesn't bother me. I suppose some people think it's highly toxic and you shouldn't even do it. I think there's a Facebook group even dedicated to how dangerous resin is for you. I've never seen any problems with it. But I smoke. I've been putting toxic crap in my lungs all my life, so I'm not scared of it. Alright. And then just spread this out. And you can feel there's no resin there. I don't know how well you can see on video, I mean. It spreads pretty easily though. You can really tell when you get to a spot where there is no resin. Probably a pretty boring video, huh? But as you can see, you can't see those sanding marks at all anymore. Self-leveling, so your finger streaks ain't gonna show either. Hoping that this covers this spot this time and I don't have to do a third coat. Make sure you rub your edges. Get any drips off there. You're going to want to do that a few times over the next hour, just to keep it from I can feel along this edge where there was no resin. It really takes no time at all to spread your resin out. And you got an hour's working time with this stuff. Okay, so that's enough spreading. I think I'm good with that. Next step, torch. You want to torch the bubbles out. You're going to want to do this several times over the next hour. You don't want to do it in one spot too much. If you see a spot, just touch it. Okay, so there's that. This will take 24 hours to dry. The next hour I'm going to come down here and I'm going to rub these edges. Like so, and hit it with that torch a couple times. Hopefully not put my t-shirt into it. Alright guys, that's it for now. I'll show it when it's done. Thanks for watching. Guys, this is the next day. It's dry. and it looks beautiful. Looks awesome. Look at that. There's not a flaw in it. Oh, there is something right there. One little speck. The edge that I was worried about, totally covered. It's beautiful. Well, I hope this video helps some people get over the fear of running sandpaper over resin, worrying about the marks. Because there's no marks. There's no sanding marks. It's beautiful. I dig it. I hope you guys like it. I don't know what else to say. Maybe I can bring it down closer. Sorry for the finger. But you can see it's 99.9% perfect. I'll be cleaning up the sides, the drips, almost nothing. I did tape these under edges here. I think the colors came out perfectly. It's got the eye in it. Right there. The light reflection kind of sucks. Again, this was the second layer of resin on here. Had a couple little blemishes. I sanded it with the 220 sandpaper. Put another coat on it, and it's good to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified of when I do new stuffs. Again, thanks for watching. DRG out.